We celebrate Black History Month in February. This ensures the opportunity to highlight the contributions of African Americans throughout history.
When you open a bag of chips, do you ever wonder who was the first person to make a potato chip? You can thank George Crumb for all the delicious chips that we have today. George Crumb was a chef at a lodge where French fried potatoes were very popular. One day, a customer sent his French fried potatoes back to the kitchen, complaining that they were cut way too thickly. Crumb reacted by slicing the potatoes as thin as he possibly could, frying them in grease, and sending the crunchy brown chips back out on the guest's plate that way. The reaction from the customer was unexpected. The guests had loved the crisps. In fact, other guests began asking for them as well, and soon Crumb's Saratoga chips became one of the lodge's most popular treats.
When your parents are at a stoplight, have you ever looked up and wondered who came up with the idea? Well, the answer is Garrett Morgan. Garrett Morgan, who had just a sixth grade education, was a mechanical genius. He went from fixing technical problems with other people's inventions to creating his own that still is advanced today. Morgan was the first Black man in Cleveland, Ohio to own a car. In 1923, he patented a mechanical traffic signal. Morgan did not stop there. His greatest invention was a protective hood that was first invented to protect firefighters and coal miners from inhaling smoke. The bad air went out onto and clean air came in another. Garrett Morgan would go on to sell his invention to the Army and Navy during World War I and save many lives.
You know the work of Sumner Earth? You may even have a sculpture of hers in your pocket now. In 1943, someone won a contest to make a sculpture of then President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It took her a year to finalize her design. Many marveled at the likeness and beauty of her design, so much that the United States government decided to use Sumner's design as the model for the Dime. That's right, the Dime. Committed to teaching art to others, Sumner established the Summerburg Art School in New York City in 1946 and the Summerburg Art Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Guess who you can thank for the color monitor that we all love? Professor Mark E. Dean was born in Jefferson City, Tennessee on March 2, 1957. From a young age, Dean had an affinity for technology and invention. He was also an excellent student and a star athlete. Dean went on to study electrical engineering at the University of Tennessee, where he graduated in 1979 at the top of his class. Today, Mark Dean is a computer scientist and engineer. Dean's first big invention at IBM played a big part in the personal computer age. In fact, the industry standard architecture ISA system, a set of wires inside of a computer that allows data to be passed back and forth, was developed by Dean and his colleague Dennis Moeller. This soon became an industry standard. In Dean and Moeller's years, you could expand PCs with memory, disk drives, printers, video gear, speakers, scanners, and monitors by plugging them directly into computers using the new ISA slot. This work forever changed the usability of the personal computer.
Although it took nearly a century, Dr. George Grant got credit for his invention of the golf tee. That's right, the golf tee. Dr. George Franklin Grant was an avid golfer in the 19th century. Putting a golf ball on a golf tee was not a thing until Dr. Grant invented it. Dr. Grant was born in Oswego, New York in 1847. He earned a degree in dentistry for Harvard Dental School. He graduated with honors. His patented oblate plate, an insert that helped those suffering in both speaking and eating, made him a forerunner in the field. He was well known in the dental community both nationally and internationally. Although Dr. Grant was an inventor, he was not a businessman, so he never marketed his golfing invention. Hard to imagine that an important piece of sporting equipment was manufactured locally and given out to Dr. Grant to friends and playing partners. In 1991, nearly a century after his patent, the United States Golf Association finally gave Grant recognition for his contribution to the game of golf.